recordings, we're going to be meditating, we're going to be having this conversation with each other because it's important we continue this. It's of immense value, it's of immense importance. I've seen tremendous change, development, and improvement, particularly with myself, seeing that, um, like I said, I used to say I spend a lot of time sitting down and in a workspace, and imagine doing that 5 days a week, like 9 hours a day, 5 days a week, 20 times a month, and how many times a year. So it's a lot of time. So, and I figured out that I'm losing my communication skills, and I'm not able to communicate with people because, um, the interface I work with is through emails, and it's more of writing and typing. It's no more of the vocal or the voice. And so, so I want to start having interviews with people. Lots of people. I've already started having them, but I think I'll first have to start this interview with myself because 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 it starts with self. Everything starts with self. You know what self is? Self is a multi-representation of an individual because you're always changing yourself. You're always modifying yourself. You're always you're always transforming yourself, and your body does it holistically, even without your own help. You don't even need an effort to transform yourself. Your body transforms you, time transforms you, your environment transforms you. So, but you can also transform yourself. When you transform yourself, that's self transformation, and it's self self transformation is brutal because because why do I say it's brutal? How do you change yourself? You have to go through, just like gold or any precious metal. You have to go through refinement, and refining is not an easy process. Refining is refining is difficult. Refining refining means changing something from one state to another. Refining refining um, refining refining means not so creating new out of the old. That's what self transformation is. Self transformation is a refinement of self, and it's difficult. I have to say it's difficult because the old always wrestles with the new. Let's say you have old habits and you want to transform yourself, you want to change those old habits. It's not a joke or a play. Those old habits don't want to go. You built walls, you built frames around them, you've 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 raised them up, you've put them somewhere inside your mind. So it's hard for those habits to go away. It's hard to refine them or to recycle them or to change them. That's what I mean by it's brutal. So self transformation is a brutal act. Take for instance, you okay, abuse habits for instance, or you are having low grades, you're having poor results. Like over the weekend, I was talking with Ami. Ami is a student in, I think, Fulafia, and I think he's trying to be a biologist, and we were discussing, and we discussed about a lot of things. Like very smart guy, very very intelligent guy, and I like what he's building. I like that he was able to put faith in me to tell me this is what he's creating, and I was able to expand on his ideas. And yeah, so we were discussing, and he said, um, talking about, transformation, how transform himself and become a better student. And now he's about to graduate first class. And to me, it's practical. It's really practical to transform self. You can change yourself from who you are now to who you can be or who you can become. Because life is about becoming. We there's no finished life or there's no complete life. We are always becoming. That is to say, we are becoming who we are supposed to become or who we can become. So the student was able to transform his grades and now he's going to graduate first class. And the story was very practical because Ami was able to tell me the steps he took. You have to take some steps, brutal steps, because it's going to hurt you. Those old habits, like I say, they just like I call her my madam or my mother, the second mother. She tells me that she told me about her experience with miscarriage, and I never knew what miscarriage used to be. I usually heard about it, but the way she explained it to me, I had to sit down and shut up, because like she explained it is like pulling out pulling out pulling out an unripe seed. Like imagine something that is unripe, an unripe fruit. You're pulling out an unripe fruit. It's hard to even pull out an unripe fruit. Ripe fruits, for they are easy to pull out, to pluck, you know. But unripe fruits are difficult. So when someone has a miscarriage and you're trying to pull it out, is pull it like pulling out an unripe fruit. So that description she gave me, it shocked me. And what am I saying that about that some that's the way, that's the feeling you get when you try to change or transform yourself. It's brutal, it's painful, it's really really painful because because you want to plant something new, you want to plant a new seed, and that old habit is like a tree, is already there inside you growing, and for you to pull it is going to be painful. Or you want to start a new habit, like let's say going to the gym, or going exercising or yoga, or starting a course, or starting a project, or building a company, or whatever it is you just want to do to transform yourself, to change, to grow. It's brutal. It's fucking brutal because you might fail. I think I was talking. I spent hours with my friend last night talking, and we were discussing something. I see he doesn't want to try it, because he doesn't want to. He hates it. Why do you hate it? And I was able to break it down to discover that, oh, he doesn't like it. He doesn't like this company. That's the reason why he hasn't. Okay, no, he hasn't applied to this company because he feels he doesn't like it. So he just gave himself this mirror or this decision that, oh, I don't like it. But the deep down is because he has this fear of rejection. He doesn't want to be rejected. So, oh, I just don't like them because I might just apply and they will deny me. So you need to overcome that fear of rejection, that fear of failure. Yeah, it's among the 7 forms of fear in the book that I'll try to release, because I'm trying to work out on some books, and it's about self transformation, it's about self development, it's about stoic stoic knowledge. It's not going to be an easy book. It's a book. It's practical. It's going to have a guide. It's going to have it's going to pull you out of the matrix, because we're living in a matrix. This system has been designed. It has been created, and it's not for the weak. The weak ones get eaten. You have to build a strong mind. You have to build. You have to, everything starts from the inside. It starts from the mind. So you have to start by building a strong mind, like a very very strong mind. A mind that cannot be defeated. A mind that can go places. Everything starts from the mind. Every fucking thing starts from the mind. It starts with your mind. It starts with the mind. The mind is the building block. The mind is the war zone. The mind. Everything occurs in the mind. Every everything starts from the mind. Like everything you know starts from the mind. So I think that's the place we need to start from. We need to start from changing our mindsets, changing the way we think, what we believe, because some things need to be let go. We need to let some things go. It's the same. All of these things are even they are rooted. They're rooted in traditions. They're rooted in stories. They're rooted in history. For instance, look at the Bible. They had to some point leave the place of disaster. You have to leave the place of disaster. You have to leave the place of comfort. Why? Why do you have to leave the place of comfort? Why? Why not only the place of disaster? Yes, you see people leaving the place of comfort. Because at some point, your comfort becomes your disaster. Your comfort becomes that which wants to eat you, especially when you don't build the walls properly. And not just that. I think it's also the eponym of movements. We human beings we are built to be emotional. We are supposed to be in motion. So there's always this. I think it's also in Ecclesiastes or Proverbs. The preacher was talking about man always building. There's time. As long as there is time, there's always a building up and a repair. There is a time for tearing down, a time for building up. So it's the same thing that happens. So at some point, even your place of comfort, that's the same thing modern philosophers have been crying out loud for, that we are making ourselves too comfortable. And when man becomes too comfortable, he craves up or he brings up something to war with, to wrestle with. When you become too comfortable, you start looking for things to wrestle with. So there needs to be this intersection between comfort and disaster. I think so. I think comfort and disaster can be what can make you stay in a place or stay put, or maintain balance. Let's say for you to maintain balance, there needs to be comfort and disaster. Okay, for instance, when you're riding a bicycle, you have to keep moving on, otherwise you fall. And for you to keep moving, you have to maintain balance. So, so that's the concept that I've been trying to expand on. I'm trying to expand on this knowledge because we're living in an ocean of information and ocean of ignorance, and ignorance has become daily bread. People feed on ignorance. People want to remain ignorant because they are not satisfied with knowing. Right? Not what I mean by not satisfied with knowing. The more you know, the more you want to know. So people rather not want to know. People rather choose what is incorrect to stay alive. There are many things people don't understand, so they just accept whatever definition that is given for that which you don't understand, something that is suitable, like a suitable answer for this, whereas it's not the truth, it's not factual, it's not testable. So I'm going for a break, but I'll come